Hello everybody, how are y'all doing? Hopefully y'all are doing good. I'm doing okay. I was recording for like 20 minutes and the freaking camera died. I'm not doing anything crazy, I'm just doing light stretches. That's it. Legs feel sore from yesterday, even though we really didn't do all much. It's mainly, I feel it in my glutes, hips, kind of in my hip flexors a little bit. A lot of it's in the glutes though. Feels good. It's nice to know. But I went on a whole rant in that video too. It was a passionate one, bro. Shit got deleted. It was about Arc Raiders, man. People bitching too much. I was also talking about some shit I probably shouldn't be talking about, so it's maybe a blessing in disguise that video got deleted. We'll see. Because I'm about to talk about it again. Nah, I'm fucking with you. Arc Raiders, bro. So I've been playing that game, man. And one unique thing about that game that I run into that I haven't experienced on any other game, and I might not be limited to Arc, but I feel like it's up there. People bitching. You go into games, man, and it's like, listen, for years I have played extraction shooters for one reason and one reason only: loot. Okay, more loot you have, the better you are. Okay, but not just loot, it's how you get that loot. Because listen, you could go into a match and just loot around, stay on the outskirts of the map, maybe hit up a place of interest, you know, like a little room with a vault in it or some shit. Maybe hit up like an airdrop or something. You understand what I'm trying to say? You know, you can get a little bit more risky. Or you could just fucking kill people. Because you do that, you go around the outskirts, pick some shit up, maybe loot an airdrop or some shit, and then die to a dude. 30 seconds, that's how long it took for that dude to kill you. He got all your shit. That took like 15, 20 minutes for you. Doesn't feel good, does it? So what do? You grab the best damn gun you can. Grab as much ammunition as you can. Heals, explosives, shields, I don't know. You go out and you fucking do that to somebody else. And you get your shit back, okay? And then you don't stop doing that, ever. You do not go back to the looter, bro. You are now the shooter, okay? That's how it started for me. I started off as a looter, you know, just kind of going in, not having much. This was on Vigor, first extraction shooter I ever played. And they had those POIs, places of interest. One of them was a barred house. And I remember up until this point, I was really just a looter. Now, of course, I wouldn't be scared of a gunfight, but I was just a looter. And I remember I was hitting up this barred house, and I loaded into the lobby, and I remember, so I'm jumping around big time in this story, so let me just start from the beginning. I load into the match. In the beginning of the match, you're able to check people's loadouts. And I saw that there was a guy with a legendary weapon. And I was loading in with the shittiest weapon in the fucking game. Not even joking. And, well, I went to Barred House and I camped that shit. Because I knew that motherfucker with a P90, he's probably going to be here. This was Barred House was in a town on the map, and this town just so happened to be the biggest town on the map, so there's the most loot, and this is also like a place of interest in an area with the most loot. This guy's coming here, so I sat in a bush with that Silver Pigeon shotgun, and he comes up and he starts opening that barred house door, and I walk up and I double pump him in the back of the fucking head like a piece of shit. And I looked in his body and I saw that P90 and I saw all the other fucking goodies he had. I took all of that shit, ran to the exit, scared out of my mind the whole time, looking at my back, making sure ain't nobody pulling up on me, heart beating like a motherfucker. But I made it out. And bro, that was it right there. I was hooked from then on. Now, eventually I stopped sitting in bushes outside of POIs. Eventually I grew some balls. The whole point is, though, is I started killing people for shit, man. I just got sick of looting just got sick of looting for myself. That shit's boring, if I'm just being honest. It's just fucking boring. So, stopped doing that and I started killing people. Got really fucking good at it. Arc Raiders comes out to get to the point. This game comes out and it's got proximity chat. Oh, fuck. So you're telling me I can talk shit to these people while I kill them? So that's what I started doing. But I found out very quickly you feel like a piece of shit doing that. Now you get to hear the people that you're killing, bro, and this shit is completely different. It's, instead of it being the silence of, oh, I just shit on this kid and got it, you now get to hear him scream for his life and literally beg. And they'll throw the book at you, man. You actually feel like, at least me, feel like a piece of shit a little bit. Because it's literally like, they'll come up to you, right? Bro, we're friendly. First off, hell no. I don't care even if you are friendly. I'm probably gonna shoot you. I've let plenty of people slide just because they sounded like cool people. But if you just sound like a regular ass dude, you sound depressed or some shit, you just walking past me, yeah, we're friendly, bro. Nah, it's on site. Nah, it's not time for that. You know, I've had some people be like, yo, we just passing through, bro. Listen, I know y'all just killed those guys. We ain't even see nothing. And I'll be like, all right, they sound cool. We'll let them go. They don't sound like they're really here to fight, bro. You know, they just fucking around. All right, y'all can go. But if you just passing through, hey, friendly, and I'm shooting. And after that, it's always, bro, what the hell? Y'all are pieces of y'all are this, y'all are, and it's just, man, you don't even like feel like you have fun doing this shit, bro. It's like, oh, you honestly want to just turn off voice chat, just so you don't even have to listen to him, man. There's a nice little stretch there. You saw that? I've never done that before. Now that I've been doing yoga, I've been doing like just a bunch of shit I've never really done before. And it's small things, but like that, I've never done that before. Just like arms spread out, back straight, like that felt good. I'm just sinking into this hip right here. But it makes me want to turn on voice chat so I don't even have to listen to him, even though I love talking shit while I kill people. Part of me just thinks the answer is, let me tell you what I'm thinking, okay? Because I know this is just a video game and this is way too much fucking thinking for a video game. Way too much, okay? We already think enough in 2026, man. About to think that much over a video game, Jacob? Yes. Sadly, I am. Okay? All right. But let me tell you what I'm thinking, right? Part of me is scared a little bit. And I shouldn't be scared. Maybe worried. I don't know what it is, but part of me is just like worried, scared that if I in my head say, man, fuck these people, bro, who cry, I don't care. Part of me feels like, even though it's just a game, if I genuinely stop giving a fuck and just become the person that goes in there blasting and telling everybody to go fuck themselves, that I might somehow be a worse person. But it's a fucking video game. You know what I mean? All that guilt tripping and I'm the victim and please don't do it makes you feel like a piece of shit. But it's like, you take a step back and you go, I'm worried that if I do just stop caring, that I'll be a piece of shit. It's a video game. Why do they care that much in the first place? Why can't they just say, GG's, it's a fucking shooter game. I lost. So maybe it's not me, man. Maybe I'm just overthinking it, feeling like I just have to like be the hero for everybody in a sense. You know? It's like I'm so used to feeling like I have to, you know, not be the bad guy, but because it's not like I care about being the good guy. I want to be the dude who makes people feel better. You know what I mean? Like whenever I'm around, it's just like, all right, at least he's not gonna give me a problem. We can just chill out. You know what I mean? That's what I want. I don't want there to be any bullshit. Okay? So, I mean, I don't know where I'm going with that. I forgot where I was going with that. That's right. So it's like video games is completely the opposite. I literally just want to shit on people and talk shit. Like that's it. And Maybe I just am overthinking it. Because listen, when I played Vigor, one thing I used to love doing, I just love talking shit. It really is who I am. Let's start getting to this other side so we don't get distracted. And by the way, bro, look at the improvement in hip flexor mobility right here. I'm talking, because you don't even see the back foot. Can you see the ankle? Ah, fuck. Okay, watch this shit, bro. So watch this shit. Saying, bro, that's with heel. Okay. I'm just saying, look at that. Look at that. So when you have your foot out like that, it makes it easier for the hip flexor. But when you do this, it increases how much it has to stretch and work. Now, I have a lot of tightness on this right side on that lower back. So I'm just trying to, I don't even really know. But look at that, huh? Leg perfectly straight. So what was I talking about? Damn, bro, that's crazy how tight that is. Talking about that knot in between my shoulder blade. What can I do after that? I want to do something for my lower back. So here, I'm gonna do like some warm-ups, or not warm-ups, some like stretches and shit for my shoulder, help with like the tension up in this area. And then we're gonna do like some squats, some deep squats with the bar. Because whenever I have the bar up here, it does kind of tense up this area, so I'm gonna address that first. And then we'll get into a deep squat, which will kind of help with our lower back, legs, and everything like that. So, you've seen this before. This is nothing new. So I'm trying to think, what was I talking about? I was talking about, you know, that's right, Vigor. So on Vigor, I used to do this shit all the time. I would just talk shit. I'd invite you to the party, talk shit. Just say whatever, bro. The funniest thing I could think of, man. Just roast the shit out of you. But then after like 3 to 5 minutes, or when things settle down or some shit, or when there's like an awkward silence, you just hit them with the, so you trying to play, bro? You hit them with one of those, bro. And like, honestly, 70-80% of the time, they'd be like, yeah, all right, I'm done. And there you go. And what I realized is that, or not realized, I already knew this. It's like if you can invite somebody to a party or talk some shit to anybody for a couple minutes, and then they'll still hang out with you and want to play, that's a cool dude. That's a dude who's worth playing with right there. You don't even necessarily have to be good at the game, bro. He held his ground. He talked his shit just as much as you talked your shit. And he was man enough to be like, all right, yeah, I'll play, bro. You were good. It's like, all right, hell yeah. What a G. Now, on Arc Raiders, I haven't really had an opportunity like that. Mainly because you don't invite people to parties anymore. It's different. And I don't play the game as much. A bunch of reasons that actually don't have anything to do with me or people. Or like, you know, a bunch of things that just aren't really in my control. the greatest post of the minute, the all-time greatest post of the minute. Near the end of the video, I was talking about creating a video series. The video cut off. I don't know if I talked about it, but I was talking about creating a series in which I discuss the body biomechanically as best as I can, which won't be very good. The idea in my head is that I'm doing it almost as like a rough draft, just to talk about it while recording, and then maybe learn more and get more in depth as I go. We'll see. I want to talk about the feet and the ankles. Then I want to talk about the hips, the back. It's like I want to talk about, it's like I want to break the body down certain areas. Like the feet are often underlooked by everybody, and the hips as well, because most people have it's like I want to make a video on feet. Most people have poor ankle mobility, foot strength. They might not even have an arch in their foot in the first place. I feel like some of that's genetic, and also the other half of it is just people never training their feet, and they eventually just become flat. Most people have tight hips and a tight lower back. So I want to make a video about the hips and everything that the hips can do. And then I want to talk about the back and the role that the back plays in everything, and what it allows the body to do, and the shoulders. And it's like the idea in my head is to talk about the feet and the hips and the back and the shoulders, and how all of those things work together to be able to produce power, to be able to move you around. Everything works hand in hand structurally. Power comes from the ground up. So if your feet aren't touching the ground, you can't throw as far. You can still throw a ball in the air, but you get the point. You know, it's like you don't really jump in the air and then throw a punch, do you? So it's like I kind of want to just explain that. And I don't want to over explain it. I want it to be simple. So it's gonna have to be something that I do some research for and figure out what it is that I want to say, figure out how I want to say it. I don't know, but I am going to start recording videos for that, and I don't want them to just be like this. I want it to be a different video, not just me rambling and just pressing the record button. I want to go in there with like a sense of structure. So stay tuned. We'll see what that looks like. I have no clue what it looks like, but I'm sure it will be fun and it will be cool. Take off this 35. Actually, before I do that, I want to do that little move I was talking about the other day. Excuse me. So doing this has helped me a lot with my sciatica. Pretty sure that's what that is. Because it's like, I mean, number one, there's already so much tension in that area, so it wouldn't be a stretch to say that I have sciatica. But the reason why I say that is because whenever I'm walking, especially if my head's down, and I take a step and then start to like activate the glute, like stretch into that area. Basically, I just walk. It's like in that transition period, I can feel like a just feels like a nerve lighting up from like right here, just in this general area, down my leg. And I can feel that happen whenever I do these. So I'm just gonna go ahead and do it. I'm just trying to find like a good camera angle where I can like, where I'm not looking away from the camera and feeling like I'm having to yell. So whenever I do, oh man, my lower back is tight. Or upper back, I mean. I think it's because this is the first time I've laid down in like an hour. Little beach. All right. Throw those shoes out of here, making sure we're kind of on frame. This is not the best way to do this, I will admit. The ground is not flat. Oh, damn, that's hard. All right. And when this right leg comes forward and touches, I get that same feeling. That right hip still does not like that. And doing that every day has helped me with that sciatica, but I wasn't able to do that every day until I started, kind of doing more yoga and breath work. And yoga, breath work, and then yoga, breath work, and stretching for the upper back, and then throwing in like a scalable movement that like slowly let me work into like the greater movement. Because for a while it's just like I would just go straight to doing this with no warm-up. And I know my legs are supposed to be straight there. I'm not really trying to be perfect with that. It's more so I'm doing it for my back more than anything. And I'm also doing it just to do it. But, yeah, it really wasn't until I started sort of working on things step by step. And then adding in that little scalable movement where it's just one leg at a time, focusing on like the lower portion of the movement, that I was able to actually getting into doing the whole movement every day. So that has been nice and has helped out a ton. I want to just finish off the video with a deep squat. I'm like trying to push out my shoulders a little bit with this while keeping my head tucked, and then sort of using that as like a stretch. Then I'm just gonna end off the video doing this. Nice little deep squat. I feel like it helps the body get used to being in a deep squat, but you can also kind of explore range of motion while you're doing this, you know, forcing to keep your knees further out, or you can keep them in and then sort of sink into this and just sort of exist here, breathing into that belly always. When I do this, I'm just really trying to focus on not activating any muscles in the back, breathing into the belly. I can feel my sides, almost like my obliques, getting tired, keeping this brace going, because I'm actually, weirdly enough, bracing in the sides right now. Normally I brace with the core, like I breathe into the front, but I can't right now because my elbows are so far out and I'm in a deep squat. I don't know, but it's like my sides, I'll point to where it's feeling sore right now later after I drop the bar. Hmm. bad part about doing that is my shoulders fucking hate that. Hate that shit. They're super tight now. I'll do one last thing then. Shoulders are super tight. Just had like 100 pounds resting on them for a couple minutes. I don't know how long. So we're just gonna sit here for a little bit. All right. I think I'm ready to call it there. Got a nice little stretch, nice little warm up in there. I think oh fuck me, is that what I think it is? I think I just saw a mosquito, dude. That's not a good sign. Oh yeah. Oh my goodness, mosquitoes are back. Fuck. Bro, mosquitoes love me, man. Fuck, dude. He just tried to take a bite out of me, motherfucker. Where'd he go? Dude, this son of a bitch is gonna get me. Bitch. Got you. Got that motherfucker. Little bitch thought he could get me. Let's just check this. So, I was doing this fucking movement. I don't know if this was on. Yeah, I think it was on this video. I was doing this movement. So I was doing that, and I liked how my hip flexor mobility looked during that. That's tight right there. So leg is in this position, trying to twist my body that way. It's tight all along that side. So there's one thing we can do for that. So we'll do two more things. Number one, again, I like the hip flexor mobility, how that looked on that one stretch. So we're just gonna see what our split looks like. In fact, we'll actually do our other leg. I want my good leg to be the lead leg, because it is stretching where that muscle is torn a little bit in this movement. So I'd rather go vice versa here. Yeah, not too impressive. Really tight on this side right here, but that's a common, I mean, that's just a known problem for me. So I'm just gonna hold this stretch. All right, but yeah, so that last move I wanted to do, it was just this. Or we'll see, I'm pretty sure this will work. No. I mean, I know there's a good way that I can stretch that. I did it yesterday and it was crazy, but I was sitting in a chair, so I'm like trying to think about how I can, that standing up. I was sitting in a chair and my leg was like this, and I twisted that leg and then, you know, pulled my body away from the direction I was pushing the leg in, and it just whoop, opened everything up. Well, actually, I do know a way I can stretch that. It's called a like a side bow or something like that. Dancers do it. Side bow. We'll clean off our feet here. Do a couple of these. I think I'm gonna also take these easy. I'm not really gonna try to, what's it called? Like, I don't want the stretch to be too intense. I would like to just sort of get it to where I can feel the stretch and then just breathe into it, because I've done enough, you know, intense work, and I'm probably, knowing me, gonna do stuff later tonight too. Shit, maybe even when I get inside, who knows? All right, so side bow is where both, so your right arm and right leg are both going to go to the left side, and you're gonna stretch into that. And I'm just gonna use this wall behind me to do that for some assistance. I don't want to do it standing up. I'll see how that feels. Actually, I might just hold this for like a minute each. Now, there's a specific spot in my back that likes to be like tense on the right side. So I'm just sort of like pushing my left arm into that to give it support while I breathe into everything else. That's probably like 45 seconds, I don't know, maybe 30. This side feels harder. See right here, since my right glute, so my right glute has a problem with being like tight compared to my left one. An example is like right here, I can easily just take a side step and this glute will move out of the way for it. I can just easily kind of move in and out. But with this foot, when I try to go out, like already right here, I'm running into tension. So I have to like step further out and then like, I don't know, I guess do it that way. But
but I just hate how I feel tension there. It's getting better. Like right now, the fact that I can even activate the glute in the first place is crazy. Because like 2 months ago, I couldn't even really activate the glute. All the muscles around it would activate. So serious improvements. I don't like the way it feels on this side, if I'm just being honest. This doesn't feel anything remotely close to beneficial. Yeah, it's too locked up. So instead, what I'm going to do, since that area is locked up, this is why I say you should strengthen your single leg strength, because that will help with issues like that. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna do like a little raise one. It's like you're raising one leg, right? But it's not straight. It is off to the side. You want your knee to almost kind of be like 90 degrees this way, and then you still want all that weight to be loaded on the glute, and then you want to try to raise this knee, and then you're just trying to like raise yourself off the ground, off of that single leg as much as possible, while keeping the weight stacked on the glute, nothing else. Fucking ground's unsteady, man. So we're gonna cheat. That's okay. It's always okay to cheat, just as long as you are still getting something out of it. And now we'll just do an assisted side bow, fuck it. Oh, I like brought the shoulder blade back there, and instantly it became harder to breathe. Dude, like right here, oh my God, that glute is so tight. Damn. All right, we're good. We are good. Oh, good. I think we're gonna call it there. Shut off the video. Check the weather for tomorrow. If it's not gonna rain, which I'm guessing it's not, the weather's been awesome these last few days. I'm just gonna leave this blanket out here, man. Should be all right. We'll find out. I mean, I've got more in there, but all right. That's it. That's a little bit of yoga, a little bit of movement. That's kind of sometimes what my workouts look like. Really still have no clue what to call this. I need to learn more. Like I said, I'm a little retarded, bro. A little retarded. So, little lizard scurrying over there. Yeah, but no, gonna have to fucking learn what all this stuff is called and teach it. Actually turn on the video and explain what I'm doing instead of just rambling, because this is getting old. I love it. You know, it's nice and everything, but this is getting old. I do need to grow up a little bit. So that is going to be part of the plan. Day by day, we'll learn a little bit more. And every time we turn on this camera and record a video, we'll be a little bit more articulate. You'll be able to understand me, hopefully, a little bit better. I mean, I'm still speaking English, so I hope you can understand me now. All right. Yeah, we're looking good, man. Everybody, I hope y'all take care and have a beautiful rest of the day. Some trash there. Ignore the bad. Focus on the positive. God bless. Take care.